Being twin brothers, our whole life, we were very competitive.
We definitely had some serious competition going.
We fought over everything from the front seat to girls.
But I think we also really pushed each other musically and creatively. We didn't really choose music. Music kind of chose us. My dad was a worship pastor at a church, so our whole family was musical.
I'm really grateful where we are now. We share a studio here in Los Angeles. We get to work together and collaborate. I've heard this from multiple people that the best art is when we're working together. My name is Ricky Jackson.
My name is Rand Jackson.
I'm a songwriter, producer, singer in Los Angeles, California.
I'm a songwriter, producer, musician.
Rand and I have both been grateful to win Grammys and Dove Awards. I've been able to write with amazing artists and been able to write for major brands like Coca-Cola, and a movie that was nominated for an Oscar. It's been such a joy and such a gift. But the things that really matter to me are how it's actually influencing people. And I think that the most important thing is that art has such a power to move hearts and minds.
Honestly, I think I have the coolest job in the whole world. It was actually such a fun way to grow up in a musical family, and I don't think we ever really expected that we were gonna have a career in music, you know? But I remember a band came to town and played at our church, and we picked them up at the airport, and we're driving, and I was like, so what are your real jobs? And they were like, this is our real job. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So when I was a freshman, I knew I wanted to go to Ouachita. So by the time we graduated and went to Ouachita, we just felt like we were home.
We were studying classical music, you know, like opera, classical music, voice, and that was my first real classical training and really getting in and understanding music theory. And it was so cool to kind of dive in and expand that direction, which then works in all forms of music, you know?
My experience at Ouachita was one of the greatest times of my life.
That was a great college experience for me, was being around just a bunch of guys who were good guys, you know, that I'm still friends with to this day, actually.
From Ouachita, we moved to Nashville and started doing Christian music and writing for different Christian artists. It became clear that we needed to move to Los Angeles to pursue pop music. And so we ended up touring with Katy Perry, OneRepublic, Need to Breathe, quite a few bands. It's kind of interesting because in that world, I still longed to be able to do music about God. I ended up signing with Sony as a publisher and a songwriter, writing music for the church, writing worship music, CCM music with the different houses of worship from Bethel and Jesus Culture to artists like King Country. And I lead worship at a church, and so I still use some of the warm-ups that I learned from choir at Ouachita. I still do them as I'm driving to work. The older I get, I want my songs to have kingdom excellence. I want songs that I would be proud for my son to hear because it came from my heart. I don't want to write for people's praise and affection and awards. I want to write songs for God that are the very best that I have to give to Him.